Good. Hello, Berwyn residents, and thank you for joining us on this question and answer live stream. Recently, the city of Berwyn announced a partnership with Housing Forward to provide emergency assistance for those that have been impacted because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Funding for this comes from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, received from our Community Development Block Grant and Housing Forward, and the organization whose mission is to transition people from housing crisis to housing stability will administer the monies and intake applications. Joining us from the Housing Forward is Armando Smith.
Thank you, Mayor Loretta, for inviting me. I'm glad to be here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Armando. So this program is only available to Berwyn residents, which launched last week, Thursday, with your online application portal that is scrolling on the screen here on the live stream. Can you tell the residents what they need to do to apply and how they need to submit?
Sure, happy to. Berwyn residents should use the link that is scrolling right now for a pre-screening process, which determine eligibility, and they can call us if they do not have access to the internet at the number shown on your screen. Residents will need to submit an ID, proof of financial hardship due to the pandemic, a proof of income or unemployment, and proof of any outstanding bill or expenses for the household for the last 6 months prior to the COVID pandemic.
Okay, and we're going to show on the screen the types of acceptable IDs, and please be aware that the matricula, the consular identification card, is also acceptable. Is that correct, Armando?
That's correct. And if people have any question about the form of ID, again, they can call us and we will be happy to walk them through it. But also, again, the documentation of income, a pay stub, a letter from the employer, unemployment letter, all of those will be proof of income as well.
Now, do renters need to provide a yearly lease?
No, they do not. The month-to-month lease is also acceptable. An agreement from the landlord, it's also acceptable. If they do not have any, we have a form that we can give you for your residents to give to your landlord.
Okay, so the landlord has to be involved then, correct?
Yeah, the landlord must be involved, and it must be either a lease, a month-to-month agreement, or a form that I mentioned before that the landlord has to sign.
Okay, now for homeowners, what are the restrictions for the mortgage assistance?
For the homeowners, the restriction for the mortgage is that they cannot have any federal backed loans, such as FHA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. If you have a federal loan mortgage, you unfortunately do not qualify. You're not eligible for this program. The type of loan you have can be funded on your promissory note, and you should talk to your lender.
Does that include VA loans also as not applicable?
I think so, but I don't know that for sure, but I'm happy to check that out. But I think VA loans also qualify as not eligible. But I can check that out and get back to your office.
And what happens if you owe more than you're awarded through this intake process?
Well, we are limited by a certain amount, and we will pay that amount, and then you will be the renter will be responsible for any payment beyond that. We often encourage and help people without a payment plan with the landlord so that they can continue to make payments after their sentence is over. Excuse me.
And for renters, can the landlord still proceed with the eviction process after they receive the funds?
Unfortunately, yes. If there's still a balance out, the landlord is within their legal right to proceed with this eviction for any unpaid rent. For any other reason, if funds are not awarded, we have in our package an agreement for the client and the landlord to sign, again working out a payment plan, and this guarantees a 30 days residency after the payment. After that 30 days, the landlord can file an eviction notice.
Okay, so you have the 30 days guarantee.
Right.
Can utilities be disconnected after the funds have been awarded?
And again, yes, after the award is issued, future utility payments are the sole responsibility of the tenant owner. If they fall behind in those payments, then the utility company may turn off, disconnect their utilities.
Okay, now the question, Armando, is since these are funds for residents directly impacted by COVID-19, does any household with a positive COVID-19 qualify?
No, testing positive for COVID-19 is not a guaranteed approval for assistance. There must be a financial hardship that we can document due to the COVID-19 within the family, within the household. Every household is different and will require, may qualify for different assistance based on their unique circumstance. The residents should be prepared to submit identifying documents that we talked about earlier to apply. We can assist in applying for these documents if they need assistance to complete the application and to prepare any other document paperwork that's needed. Again, because every family, every household is different, we may need additional documentation, and we are happy to work with residents to get those documentation. So
those residents that are listening and have continued questions, we do have on our website a flyer which talks about the emergency rental, mortgage, and utility assistance available in the city of Berwyn. It does have the Housing Forward's email address on there, or their website address, so that you could visit them with any future questions. And there's also a phone number to access assistance. I'm going to give that phone number. It's 877-426-6515. Armando, I want to thank you for joining us today, and hopefully we can help plenty of Berwyn residents with this program.
You're welcome, and I'm happy to have been here. There are a couple of questions I see. I don't know if we have answered those questions or not, but there are a couple of questions.
I see the one flashing on the screen. It says, do you qualify if this is the first month of being late?
If you meet the other criteria, yes, we can assist you, even if this is your first month of being late. So,
okay, and is there assistance? Yes, there is assistance for mortgage payment. We've covered that. There is assistance for mortgage payment, correct. Any other questions that you see on the screen, Armando, that you think are?
I don't see any, but I don't see any showing up here. But those were the only two that I saw.
Okay, so for further questions, see the screen. That's the website for Housing Forward, as well as the organization's number. They're the ones that are responsible for administering this CARES Act money on behalf of the city of Berwyn for Berwyn residents. Armando, I want to thank you and Housing Forward once again for your participation, your cooperation in this program. Thank you.
You're welcome. We're happy to help.
Thank you very much.
Take care.